What's up, everyone? It's the OOTP GM, and this is the 34th episode of my Detroit Tigers GM Let's Play on Out of the Park Baseball 18. So it is the 2023 ALDS. We are finally back for this playoff series, and this is going to be an interesting rematch. We played Cleveland last year in the ALDS. I believe we swept them to make it to the ALCS for the second straight year, so it'll be an interesting rematch against our division opponent. So I want to get right into the playoff preview, and then we're going to get the series started right away really quickly. So we were only 10-9 against them this year. We were first in the AL in both runs scored and runs against. They were not a very good pitching team. They were 12th in the AL in runs against. They were 8th in runs scored. Still played us tough, though. See, they had quite a few guys that actually hit over 300 or close to 300 against us during the season. Likewise, Bryce Harper, Ronaldo Rivera, Jaron Kendall all played pretty well against them during the year. Pitching-wise, we had a few guys that struggled. Steckenrider struggled pretty mightily against them, ERA over 7. Burrows, ERA over 6. But all of our other starters were really good. Faedo was really good. Buehler, Fulmer, all under 4. So that was pretty solid there. Their starting pitchers, some of them were pretty good. Some of them struggled quite a bit. Clevenger, Sean Reed Foley struggled a little bit. And if we look at their team, before we get into the playoff series, they do have some injuries they're dealing with. Actually, a lot of injuries they're dealing with. So Danny Salazar is out. Tristan McKenzie, who's a solid reliever for them, he's out. Mike Clevenger's out. They have Masahiro Tanaka on their team. He's out. Kyle Gibson. They are just clobbered with injuries. So tons of starting pitching. So their starting pitching depth is just crushed. They have a lot of outfield injuries as well. So in theory, this shouldn't be a difficult series, but you never know. The baseball playoffs are a fickle mistress, and anything can happen. They still do have Francisco Lindor, the star of their team. They have Francisco Mejia, pretty good catcher. This Chris Shaw had a decent year, hitting 25 home runs. And then Nolan Jones, pretty solid third baseman as well. So they have some players. So they're still a solid team otherwise. But all right, so let's get right into our matchup here with Cleveland. As you can see, it'll be Sean Reed Foley against Michael Fulmer in Game 1. I'm not going to be making any lineup changes or anything like that because, as you know, I don't do that unless necessary. So we'll get right in here. All right, and let's get started. All right, we get 2 in the bottom of the second, so it's 2-0. Cleveland strikes back for 2 in the top of the third. We get 1 back in the bottom of the third, so it is 3-2 through 3. Fulmer at 59 pitches. We get 1 more in the bottom of the fourth. It is now 4-2 through 4. Fulmer is at 70 pitches. I'm going to start going until runners in scoring position now from the 5th inning on. All right, so man on third, 2 outs. See if Fulmer can get this out. And a liner to the third baseman, and that will end the inning. So we maintain our 4-2 lead through 4.5. We get nothing in the bottom of the 5th, so it is still 4-2 through 5. Fulmer's at 82 pitches. And now we got a man on second with nobody out. See if Fulmer can get himself out of this 0-2 count. And he strikes out Basabe, I believe is how you pronounce that. Now it's Ulysses Cantu up, 2-2 count. And he strikes out. So Fulmer with 2 straight strikeouts after a leadoff double, I'm assuming. And now Carter Kieboom up, 3-1 count. And he hits a grounder to the first baseman. So Fulmer pitches himself out of that leadoff double. And he is now at 99 pitches, so he will be done on the day for us. So we are going to bring in, let's bring in Kella, because he's had a pretty solid year for us. We'll bring him in. All right, so we get nothing in the bottom of the 6th, so it's still 4-2. Fulmer will exit after 6 innings of work and allowing one earned run, 2 runs overall. All right, so Kella clean top of the 7th. Still 4-2 through 7. Kella's at 15 pitches. We're going to do, he actually struck out the side in the last inning. Nice. Runners in scoring position. All right, so we got men on first and second, 1 out. Kella's at 33 pitches, so I am going to get Mr. Minter warming up. All right, let's see if Kella can get out of this. Looks like, okay, so grounder the first baseman, and he takes it to first. But now there's men on second and third with 2 outs. Kella versus Cantu. And he strikes him out. So a clutch pitch there from Kella to get us out of the 8th inning with maintaining our 4-2 lead. And even though I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to sit Minter down because we're not going to need him at this point, but I will get Steckenrider warming up because he will come on to close at this point more than likely. All right, so we get 4 in the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-2. I'm going to go ahead. I'll get Steckenrider in there, even though it's not a save situation. We already have him warmed up. Let's go ahead and get him in there. And we get out of the first game with an 8-2 victory over the Indians. So we take a 1-0 lead in the series. Solid game all around from pretty much everybody involved. All right, and we will get into game number 2 straight away. All right, so it'll be Alex Faedo versus Nick Pivetta. Faedo 1-2 this year, 2.8 ERA against Cleveland. Let's go ahead and get started here. Alrighty. We get 2 in the bottom of the first, so it's already 2-0. We get 2 more in the bottom of the second, so it's 4-0 through 2. It is 4-0 through 3. Faedo's only at 38 pitches, very efficient. 4-0 through 4. 4-0 through 5. Faedo at 60 pitches, so we'll do until runners in scoring position. Another solid inning from Faedo. Faedo is pitching masterfully right now. 4-0 through 6. Faedo's at 72 pitches, 7 strikeouts, no walks. Another clean inning from Faedo. He is pitching a masterpiece right now. So it's 5-0. Faedo's at 81 pitches, 7 innings, no walks, 7 strikeouts with the runners in scoring position again. All right, so men on first and second with 1 out, 92 pitches for Faedo. Let's see if he can pitch himself out of this 2-2 count. And he strikes out Allen. So now men still on first and second, 2 outs, 97 pitches for Faedo. Let's see if he can get this here. And he strikes out Jones. So Faedo, 8 shutout innings for us now. And he has just been masterful for us in this game. What a great start from Faedo. He's at 102 pitches, 8 innings of work. I want to give him a chance to go for the shutout. So we're actually going to, we're just going to do half inning here. The sentimental part of me wants to see if Faedo can get the shutout. So we're going to do, just to be safe, I'm going to get Minter warming up. I'm going to get Minter and I'm going to get Jimenez warming up. And we're going to see if Faedo can finish this thing off. So we're going to do until runners in scoring position. All right, so we got no outs, men on first and second. Faedo is now tired at 112 pitches. Both Minter and Jimenez are still warming up, so let's see if he can get 1 out for us against Francisco Mejia. And he strikes out Mejia. So that's 10 strikeouts for Faedo now. Ben's still on first and second. He's at 115 pitches. Both Minter and Jimenez are ready. So let's see if he can get a shutout here. I want to see if he can do this 2-2 count. And he strikes out Shaw. 1 out away for Faedo to get the shutout here. 120 pitches. And it is a pop-up in the infield. And Faedo pitches a complete game shutout, striking out 11 to give us a 2-0 lead over the Indians with a 5-0 victory in game number 2. A masterful performance from Alex Faedo. Full line there, 9 innings, 7 hits, 1 walk, 11 strikeouts, and 125 pitches. A masterful performance from Alex Faedo gives us a 2-0 series lead as we look to advance to the ALCS for the third consecutive year to advance to the ALCS. and ultimately try to win our third consecutive World Series. And if we check out the other series, so New York has a 2-0 lead over Texas. Chicago has a 2-0 lead over Milwaukee. And Los Angeles looking to get revenge on the Phillies. They have a 2-0 lead over the Phillies in their series. All right, so game number 3 from Cleveland. Let's see if we can sweep the Indians for the second straight year. It'll be Buehler versus Plutko in game number 3. We are in Cleveland for this one. And let's see if the Tigers can close this thing out. All right, we get 3 in the top of the first. That's a nice way to start. We get 8 runs in the top of the third inning. Holy cow. 11-0 through 2.5. My God, what happened? How do we get 8 runs? Let's see. Top of the third. So we got a walk. Let's see, a fly out from Vladimir Guerrero. Harper walked. Double from Mike Trout. Single from Rivera. Harper scored. Double from Santana. 2-run home run from Eves. Single. 3-run home run from Vladimir Guerrero. So we batted around. Wow, that is super impressive. But Cleveland strikes back for 3 in the bottom of the third, so we can't get careless here. So 11-3, 11-4 now as Buehler allows another run. All right, so 11-4, Buehler. Oh, it looks like Buehler got hurt. Uh-oh. Oh, back spasms. Okay, so he's going to be all right. So they got Paxton in the game now. All right, so 11-4 through 5. 11-4 through 5.5. 11-4 through 6. 13-4 now. As we get 2 more on the top of the 7th. Paxton's still in. Paxton's done excellent for us in relief. Wow, this is super impressive. All right, so 13-4 through 7. We get another one in the bottom of or top of the 8th rather. So it's 14-4. Brady Scott now in. I hope that means that Paxton didn't get hurt. Did Paxton get hurt too? Oh man, Paxton got hurt as well. So he has a strained oblique. Is that 2 to 3 weeks? Oof, minimal. Alright, well, I guess we'll see what happens. So Brady Scott now is pitching for us. Alright. So it is 14-4 as we head into the 9th inning. And this has been a really easy game for me. Unfortunately, 2 of my pitchers got injured, but let's see if Brady Scott can finish this thing off. And he does. So the Tigers sweep the Indians for the second consecutive year with a decisive 14-4 victory in game number 3. Our 2 pitchers got hurt ultimately, Buehler and Paxton, but Buehler's going to be fine. He'll be ready for the next series, and Paxton's just a reliever at this point. So just have to be cautious with him. But, yeah, there we go. So Buehler and Paxton and Buehler both dealing with issues there. So, all right. So we will advance here to the American League Championship Series. We're going to play New York as they swept Texas out in their series. So let's go ahead and we'll just advance here and see what happens. All right, so Milwaukee and Philadelphia are trying to lengthen their series. Oh, and they both have come back from 2-0 deficits. So this is getting interesting. So they don't update it until the other series are over with. And let's see ultimately what happens here. Oh, and they both come back. Wow, what stunning turnarounds. So Chicago was up 2-0 over Milwaukee, and they end up losing 3 consecutive tight games. So Milwaukee advances to the NLCS, and Philadelphia gets another. They flipped the script on the Dodgers this year. The Dodgers couldn't complete the comeback last year, but this year Philadelphia falls back behind 2-0, and they win 3 consecutive games to make it in. So it'll be the Tigers and the Yankees in the ALCS, and it'll be the Brewers and the Phillies in the NLCS. I'll give you guys a full preview of our series in the next episode, but with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Comments and feedback are always welcome. And I'll see you guys for our next episode, which will be the 2023 ALCS Tigers versus Yankees.